I gave you my heart.
I just want to say this video is kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, in my opinion, I'm kind of explaining both sides of why Jade West is problematic and why she is iconic, and a little bit why she is both. So that's kind of what this video is. Yeah. So enjoy this conversation. It's a conversation, so interact with me in the comments.
Hey guys, it's me, Mannasteelbiz, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you are new. So, today I'm back with another commentary video, and so today's commentary video, sorry if I look sweaty, I'm not, I'm just really shiny for some reason. But anyway, so today's commentary video is kind of gonna be a lighter commentary. We're talking about a fictional, and I do wanna stress on the word fictional character. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna title this video, but it's basically explaining why and why not, or there's a question going around. Sorry. I know Victorious is now hot because of Netflix, not recently or anything, like this was months ago, but during quarantine, Netflix was like, we're gonna give the girls Victorious, and we were like, thank you, and then standing Jade started, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Jade stan, but we'll get into it. But first, I just want to say, inspiration of this video was by Harriyanna. I will link her video down below. So her stance on Jade was more of why she doesn't like Jade, or she's more on the I think Jade's a horrible character, which I can definitely see why people think Jade's a horrible character, even though I think the opposite. Here's why. So if you don't know who Jade West is a character from Victorious. She's basically the mean girl who secretly likes them but says she doesn't like them. She's kind of a softie, but to hide her soft/insecure self, she's just rude and mean to people, which, like, yeah, relatable. No, I'm kidding, I don't know. So I'm sorry if that doesn't explain it well. If you don't know who that is, if you don't know who Jade West is, search Jade West being iconic for 7 minutes. Like, I love watching those videos, but I'm pretty sure if you clicked on this video, you know who Jade West is, and you know what Victorious is. So let's get into it. So I mentioned before that I'm on the side of, like, I think Jade West is iconic. I love Jade West, and I just love her. I love her. That's my opinion, and I see both sides, so that's why I'm making this video, because when it comes to fictional stuff and not a matter of life and death, like some situations, Black Lives Matter. Anyways, I can see both sides of a situation because we're literally talking about something fun and playful. So please don't come in the comments being like, oh my god, I hate you, or something like that, which I don't think you guys are gonna do, because my subscribers don't do that. But let's talk about Jade West. So, I'm basically gonna be talking about why people like her and why people don't. Jade West, I personally think if Jade West wasn't in a Nickelodeon show / Disney, I know it's not Disney, but if Jade West, the character, if she was a part of if she wasn't a kid's show, if she wasn't a character in a kid's show, I honestly think people wouldn't like her as much as we do now, and here's why. So I think I'm 15, right? So when Victorious came about, I was 4 turning 5, so I'm 15 now, and Victorious is more of a Gen Z show, so there are Gen Zs, I think, that are like 24 right now, so when Victorious came out for them, they probably were 15. So let's think about that. So let's think about the youngest Gen Z people. Are they like 7? No, 24. I don't know. The youngest Gen Z people are like 8 or something. I don't know. I'm in the middle. I'm 15. So think about it. Let's think about it from the older Gen Z standpoint. They're coming out. They're like 15. They're my age. So they're like, oh, Jade's kind of like rude and mean. But then the other half of them are like, oh my god, yes, Jade, like, she's iconic, like, yes, like, she's the mean girl. And so I think with Jade, I think why people like me like her is just because Jade is everything we would want to be, but we just are not gonna be, and here's why. The reason we're not gonna be Jade is because it's not socially acceptable, and it shouldn't be socially acceptable to literally be rude to like everyone for no reason. So, you know, Jade, like someone would be like, hey, Jade should be like, shut up. Like, it's like, ugh, such a mood. Like, Jade's a mood, but in reality, most of 95% of us, there is that 5% that will do that, but 95% of us would never, I'm even gonna say 99% of us would never do that to someone in real life, because like that's just, it's not socially acceptable. It's just like we wouldn't do that in real life. So I think that's where the older Gen Zs are like, either like, oh, she's so rude, or like, that could never happen in real life. Now let's go to my area, like the teenagers. We're 15. So around the 15-year-olds, we're young, so we're like 4 and 5. We're like anywhere from 4 to like 7 at this point, like 4 to 7, right? So we're barely grasping that this is a TV show and not real life, because there is that point in time where I was watching Disney Channel and I literally thought like I was the main character, and I thought like I would suck in their personalities, and like I would do it, and like I think they're real people. So there is that point in our life where it's like they're real people. So I think we're like, oh my god, Jade's so cool, like she's such a rebel, like she's cool. Like me as a 5-year-old, like I want to be like Jade, like I want to be like her, like she's cool, like I want to do that, like I want to be a baddie. Sorry, that was weird. But it's like I'd more likely do it than a 15-year-old, because 15-year-olds, like if they're anything like me, we have common sense, like this is not socially acceptable, why would we do it? So I feel like the younger Gen Zs, we're like, oh my god, like Jade's so cool, she's such a baddie, she's such, like she's a, I don't know if we say mood, but like she's really cool, like we'd want to be friends with her. And I think that's why there's a big like question of, I think Jade is iconic, but like there's a big question of like, is Jade iconic or problematic, or is she iconically problematic? And I'm kind of on the iconically problematic, because if Jade, let's say Jade was a real person, let's say Jade West was a real person, I don't think Jade West would be here as long as she would if she wasn't a real person. And here's why. Because if Jade was a real person in real life, realistically Jade would be in fights. Jade talks about it in the show. She'd probably be in jail somewhere. Like Jade just, I don't know if she'd be doing well. I don't know if she carried on that attitude like she did in the show. I just don't think Jade would be a real person, and no one would like her. Like if Jade was a real person in real life, I would avoid her in the hallways. Like I would avoid her. Like I'd be scared of her. I'd be like, let me not go near Jade West. Like let me just stay in my lane. So if Jade West was a real person, then I'd be like, no, we don't like Jade West. She's rude, and for what? But then also as a character, if you remember in Victorious, during like the first 10 episodes, Jade and Beck broke up, which yeah, that was really Jade's fault. Jade, even though I love her, she really overreacts, and I'm surprised Beck, because like I don't know how he did all that. But we really saw when they broke up that Jade was literally so insecure. She had like literally no friends. She was basically hanging out with her boyfriend's friends, like Harriyanna said. I'm gonna reference her a lot because I just got done watching her video and she made some really good points. So Jade, we found out that Jade really had no one else but Beck and his friends, which like is a little bit sad. And so Jade is always like, oh, I don't like you guys. Like you guys are my friends. Like, I'm only here because my boyfriend, like, I don't like you guys. So Jade did kind of give off that, and it's like, then girl, why are you here? For my boyfriend. Well, and then it's kind of like, if I was like Tori, Andre, or Kat, or Robbie, or even Rex, I'd be like, then you and your boyfriend can go out. Like, y'all can go out. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get why people don't like her. I get why people don't like Jade. But I guess it's just we have to think about, I guess I subconsciously think now, like in my head, than what I used to not think. It's like, I'm like, this is TV. Especially kid shows. Kid shows nowadays, it's like, what is this garbage? Like kid shows now, I'm just like, ugh. I like Ladybug and Cat Noir, like the Marcus Ladybug. I like that show. I like that kids show. It's like, whatever. That's a topic for another day. It's a topic for another day. But like, looking back, I think it's nostalgia that really makes us love the characters even more. And it's because it's just nostalgic. We're like, oh, that was a time in my life where I was going to first grade, and like we used to talk about the show, because I remember back then, from the span of like 2012 to 2015 ish 2011 to 2013. Like, I feel like the prime of Disney was 2000 to 2013. After there, it just, Disney went downhill from there. But I remember going to school. I was in like 3rd and 4th grade. We'd be like, oh, did you see blah blah blah, like blah 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 blah. And I think Victorious ended in 2014 or 2013. Then Sam and Cat started in 2014. I know Sam and Cat started in 2014, but it would just be like something to talk about, like, oh, Jade this, Jade that. And so I think it was like, we like her, like she's kind of cool, like she's cool, she's gothic, like we want to be her. And the older people, the older Gen Zs are like, no, that just wouldn't happen. That wouldn't pass. That would not pass if Jade West was a real person. And I definitely understand. That. If Jade West was a real person, she would be very problematic. I don't know, she'd be up there with Tana Mojo and Voldemort at this point. You know what I mean? So I get both sides. Now I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say next. I was gonna say something, then I kind of went off on a tangent. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I remember what I was gonna say. So Harriyanna also mentioned in her video, once again, it will be linked down below, because I give credit where credit is due. Some of you TikTokers need to learn. So anyways, Harriyanna was saying that if Jade West was like somebody else less attractive. Hold on. First of all, before I say what I'm about to say, we're talking about a character. We're talking about Jade West. I love Liz Gillies. I think Dynasty is amazing. I love Liz Gillies, and she just recently got married, so good for her. We're not talking about Liz Gillies. We're talking about Jade West. I just want to say that because it's kind of sad that you have to make multiple disclaimers in your videos, or else people will come for you. People don't come for me, but I just want to just put that out there. So whatever. So if Jade West was somebody less attractive, or like this goes for main characters in general, if it was someone less attractive or someone not as attractive, we'd all be like, ew, we hate Jade West. And it's sad to say, but like, listen, let's just be honest. If Jade West wasn't Liz Gillies, if someone else was filling Liz Gillies' shoes, her spot, I don't know if Jade West would be liked as much as she is, because I'm pretty sure with Liz Gillies, her and her character Fallon and Jade, Fallon's from Dynasty, they're one and the same. I think Fallon is Jade just times 10. So I feel like that's Liz Gillies' role. Like, she likes the roles that are more catty, like meow and like stuff like that. So I feel like if Liz Gillies wasn't playing Jade wouldn't be as loved and accepted. And yeah, I feel like that's with all main characters, because like if Regina George, oh my god, what's her name? I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the actress who plays Regina George, but if Regina George wasn't Regina George, would we really like Regina George? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone hated her. She was mean. Like, I feel like Regina George is a more realistic version of Jade West than Jade West, if you know what I mean, because like there's no way someone like in the real world, could like throw scissors at someone. Like, do you remember when Jade and Andre were like practicing the guitar and stuff like that, and like she threw the scissors and it like stabbed through something? Like, in my school, that's a suspension, or like we're going on lockdown because of you. Like, that's a weapon. You have a weapon at this point, and scissors would get banned. So it's just, we really need to, I guess, think about Jade as a character, and then I guess we have to think of her as if she were a real person. So I think that's where both sides come in, whether if Jade's iconic or if she's problematic. And me personally, I think she's iconically problematic, just because like the reality part of me is like Jade would never make it. Jade wouldn't make it here. Jade wouldn't make it here, or Jade would really make it here because Jade doesn't take anything from anyone if she was a real person. So it's like, don't try Jade, or Jade wouldn't make it. But then as a character, since we're talking about Nickelodeon, and I'm gonna rope Disney into this because Nickelodeon and Disney used to be, Nickelodeon and Disney are big competitors, but like, let's face it, Nickelodeon and Disney, we love them for different reasons, but I'm gonna rope Disney into this because Disney kind of does the same thing as Nickelodeon. But like, if this wasn't Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or kids channels, Jade West wouldn't really, she wouldn't pass. She wouldn't pass because like, even in like Mean Girls, oh my god, sorry, today's October 3rd, so it's Mean Girls Day. If you follow me on my Instagram, which you should, at manna_steel, so is my TikTok, and you should follow me there. But yeah, it's Mean Girls Day, so that's really cool. And I posted the today's October 3rd, and he asked me what day it is, or I asked him what date it is. It's October 3rd. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Talking to Aaron more and more. On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
Anyways, that was a tangent. So it's like Mean Girls is even a little bit more realistic because Regina George is subtle. Like, she's a subtle mean girl, and even Katie Heron was a subtle mean girl. It wasn't like boom, like boom, 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 like boom, 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 and like in your face. Like, it wasn't as in your face as Jade, because like Jade would literally like scream at people, like threaten to cut people with scissors. I'm like, oh, like, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. So I don't know. So I personally think Jade's iconically problematic, and I still love Jade as a character. I think Jade, yeah, I'm pretty sure Kat and Jade are my favorite characters. I don't really like Tori Vega. I didn't like Tori, but that's a story for another day. We're not gonna take there will be no slandering in my comments, even though I might agree what you say. I just dislike Tori for my own reasons. Now, I don't Tori's kind of problematic, but I don't think she's as controversial as Jade, just because like, even though Tori, like, she did some things, I was like, really? Is that what we're doing? Like, is that what we're doing? Jade kind of just, Jade like took off. Like, Jade was like, I'm not here to play. I'm not here to play. And so I think that's why I like her. I think that's why I like her, because I think that's why not I, but like people, like as in we, who love Jade and stan Jade, I think the reason why we do like her and stan her is just because Jade is someone we could never be. If that makes sense. So this is gonna be kind of a rant. I'm probably gonna put this at the beginning of the video, so whatever. But like, Jade is someone who we wish we could be, but like due to society, I hate that word, sorry. But due to like society, like we could never, and we should never be Jade. I think it's just I think we're the expectation, and Jade's like a reality which no one could have, and no one should have, because honestly, let's be honest, I'm gonna be honest, even though I love and stan Jade, Jade's not a good person. Like, she's not a horrible person, but like, friendship shouldn't be like that. Like, I shouldn't be constantly dragging you. I should pick you up instead. And I think Jade just dragged. If this was real life, if Jade kept dragging you, it would be like a toxic friendship. And I think that's what Jade is. But since it was Disney or Nickelodeon, the other characters were like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that about wraps up my video. If you like commentary videos like this, I will have my commentary playlist linked down below, as well as Harriyanna Hook's videos linked down below, which you should go watch it, because it's an interesting take. It's a very interesting take, and even though I stan and love Jade, I actually agreed with some of the things she was saying. So I was like, yeah, Jade is a little bit problematic. So yeah, follow me on my social media, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Once again, thank you guys so much for the support I've been getting on my last few videos. Like, that means a lot to me. I've gained like 30 subs in like 3 days. That's amazing. So we're on the road to 500 subs. So if you're not subscribed, you should subscribe to me. And yeah, tell me what you guys want to see next, because like I'm not running out of ideas, but like I'm running out of ideas, and I want people to tell me what they want from me. So yes, that has been my Jade West video, because I still don't know what I'm going to name it. So once again, if you like videos like these, leave a comment down below. Leave me a comment telling what you think about Jade. Telling me what you think about Jade, and if she's problematic, iconic, or both. You tell me your reasons. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Follow me on my social media. Okay. Bye.